we travel across all counties in the country, interacting with men and women of different cultures and backgrounds to bring you candid conversations on security, violence, terrorism, gender, women, and any other pressing issue in Africa. This is CSTV. Have it raw and real.
Hello, welcome back again. Catherine here, your host, and this is CSTV, where we keep it real and raw. And as I said in our previous video, I have Felicia in studio, and we stopped at Felicia becoming a widow as an undergraduate student. And now, Mami, when your husband died, and you told me that your husband died through an accident, so this is not like somebody who could say he was sick, so you were anticipating that actually anything that can come. But my question is, at this particular point, do you have children?
Yeah, I have 3 kids. I have 2 boys and 1 girl. The first one is a boy, the second one is a girl, the third one is a boy. And actually the third one, I had just given birth to him when the father passed away. He was still
Okay.
just, he had, I think his father died on the 12th of February. Then the following day, 13th February, my child had 5 months. So he was still a baby, and I was in my final year. Yeah.
And how was it to be told that your husband has died? How did you go about it? And how was life after the husband now has died?
Yeah, I must say something, Catherine. When something happens, the first word that comes from your mouth carries you through. If the word is bad, it follows you. If the word is a prayer, it follows you. If the word is good, it follows you. So that is what I will have to say about this before I start. I told you that I like going to church. I am somebody who is spiritual. I was just going to church. It was in the night. Somebody called me. It was midnight, around almost midnight. Somebody called me. My late husband's friend. That he was almost 38 when he died, so he was so very young. So his friend was also on that campus, and then he called me, not knowing they heard the news, and he called me and was asking me, how are you doing? And I said, I'm fine. Then he asked me whether my boy is doing well, and I said my boy is doing well too. And he said, okay, take care of the boy. But it never clicked my mind. Then again, I was lying down, and then somebody my late husband was working with, this guy used to work for him, so he was the one who called me, and then he asked me, I want to talk to master. Then I told him, I'm not at home, I'm in school. How can you talk to him?
Now, who is master?
My late husband.
So
He told me he wanted to talk to my late husband, and I told him, I am in school. How can you talk to him when I'm in school and he's in Tamale? Because my school was in a different region, and then where I come from too is a different region. So when he said that I was calling his line and the line was off, not knowing they heard the news and they were trying to he was trying to confirm, he couldn't take it. So I started calling his line and the line was off. And I tried and tried. It kept on. I tried and tried till midnight. Then I said, he's okay because he's not a child. Then I slept. The following day, I got up. I was calling his line. It was still off. Then I called my landlady. I told her that I was calling my husband's line since yesterday and it doesn't go through. And said, okay, he just went out. And I said, he just went out. Today is Sunday. He has not gone to church and he's gone out. And she said yes. And she quickly cut the line. So I said, okay. Then I dressed up and picked my baby and then wrapped my baby and we're going to church. So the news had hit my friend and then one pastor who happened to come from my late husband's tribe. So he picked my friend and they were following me. They were coming to try to break the news to me. But they saw me entering the church. They told them I had already left for church. They came to my house. They said I had already left for church. So they followed up, and when they were coming, they saw that I was entering the church. So the man quickly picked my friend. My friend went and dressed up and also came. So after church service, my friend's eyes were red, and I said, why? Then they called me I should come to the sacristy. I went to the sacristy, and then asked me, it was your son we baptized last semester. And I said yes. Then he will go here and pass here and pick this thing, put it down. And then there was another man, one of our chairman. He also came and said, you are this, and I said yes. Then they said sit down. Then I sat down. I was sitting. I said then first I asked first what is it?
Mm-hmm.
Then she started crying. Then what came to mind was my husband, my late husband, and my first child.
Mm-hmm.
They were the two people who came to. And then I got up and asked her, tell me, what is the problem? Tell me, I can contain it. What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Then she said, then the man now came and started talking to me and then he had accident and what. So that time I didn't know where to place myself, because this is a man who loved you, who loves you totally. In fact, even when he was alive, when I was sitting outside, he could ask me, hey, come inside, don't let mosquitoes bite you and you get malaria.
God.
When the light go off, this is a man who will be finding you to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
He will not sleep. When lights go out, when the light goes out, he will not sleep. He will be finding you. Then the following day, he will now sleep. It's not, I am not exaggerating. This is the kind of man that I lost. So I got up and then I was saying, hey, what is it? Then the chairman said, they picked me in a car, they were sending me home. They said, so I should come home. And I said, if he's dead, tell me that he's dead and I will know. And then the man said, okay, in situations like this, you only pray than lamenting. I said, yeah, I just want to know. So I was praying. I said that, God, if this man is still alive, may you heal him for me. If he is dead, let me accept it. That was just my prayer.
And if I may ask you, my dear, they have told you your husband has got accident and you've gone home. Didn't you think of going to see him in the hospital?
No, but they told me when they came around and I was praying, they came in a group to inform me now. Mm-hmm. When I was praying, I prayed, and when they came and met me praying. And so when they sat down, I finished the prayer, I came and sat down. I told them, tell me, I'm ready to listen. So this man took it, a lecturer cum pastor, took it and was telling me, and me, I was not listening to all that he was saying. I was just listening. I was just trying to hear the end word, the last word that will come out. You know, the last word will give you hope, or it will break you. So when he said, and he couldn't make it, and I said, he couldn't make it, yeah? He said yes, and I just said, God is my helper. I just lifted my hand up and I said, God, you are my helper.
Sorry,
God is my helper. That was what I said.
And now your husband is dead. You are a student. What did you do? Did you have to call off your semester? How was the reception by your in-laws? How did they treat you?
It was before we even come to that. It was actually not so it was not easy. My in-laws didn't treat me well at all. They didn't treat me well at all. I think I don't know, even though they didn't openly call me a witch, but everything that they did just looked like I was the one who killed my husband, something like that. But
what?
But they didn't say it. They didn't tell me you killed your husband. But the treatment that I received from the family was not good at all. I actually don't like talking about it because it brings back pain, because they took everything from me. And then I only said, if they are taking everything from me, what about the one whom I loved? So I gave everything out. I just gave everything out.
Everything.
Everything. I gave everything out. The furniture we were using, we bought them together. Everything that we were using, everything he ever bought, they took it away. They took them away. And even there was a drum, this rubber plastic drum that my late husband bought. There was water in it, and then they asked us to, we poured water and they picked the drum.
So this woman who was in 1 minute in a world of love, in a world of care, all of a sudden he has nothing completely.
Yeah.
Now come on, mommy, how do you pick up yourself? How do you pick the lugs and the pieces and to find yourself here in Germany? How did it go? How did you complete your school?
Yeah, I was talking about anything bad happening to you, and then you the first word that comes from your mouth follows you, and then it helps you. When I was going home from the school, my friend was actually accompanying me, and then I don't know where the pastor came from.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the pastor joined us from in the bus, and then when we got to our destination, the pastor said, I am following this woman home. I learned she has lost somebody very important. I don't know, but I'm following her home. So the pastor followed me home, spoke to me, and then he used the Bible. And then when I also got home, I met my prayer group members. They received me. So when we went to the house, the pastor spoke to me, and then I just became strong. And then when I went, I just sat down, and I weeping when you lose somebody. You don't have to let everybody know that it is over. Yeah. Because there are some people who are there to see you and say, look at her today. There are some people who are actually there to sympathize with you, and there are people who are there because they are happy that you are going through this. Jesus. So even when you share tears, share it in moderation. Don't just come out and then want people to sympathize with you. No, I didn't buy sympathy. Mm-hmm. I didn't want anybody to sympathize with me. And then this is something that is disadvantage is not advantage. Mm-hmm. And when you take disadvantage and call it disadvantage, it will really be disadvantage. If you pick it and say you are going to turn it to advantage, to make it advantageous, it will become advantageous. Mm-hmm. And then you are going to you can stand on it. It can become your building blocks, and then it can become the pillar or the foundation of your future. Mm-hmm. So when it happened to me, when we buried my husband, because this is a woman who was going to school 3 weeks ago, and the man took everything to the bus station and then put everything inside and said goodbye to you. Now you came back 3 weeks, you stayed in the house for 3 weeks, you buried him, and you are going back with a very little child, and you come to the station, you are thinking about the man. I was so angry in my spirit. So I when I got to the campus, I told my friend, in 2 years I'm come back to do my master's. And she said, hey Felicia, can you do that? Wow. You have children. You have 3 children. It is not going to be easy. The financial burden will be too much. And I said, once you are determined to do something, God will help you. God will always help you. And I told her that I am going to come back in 2 years and do my master's. And she said, hey, she didn't believe me. So in 2 years, I actually started buying the form, and then I told her that I'm buying my form and I'm going to, and she told me, she was discouraging me. She sounded discouraging, and I said, so I stopped talking to her. Mm-hmm.
So you just had to cut her off and don't tell her
anything,
because sometimes you share to people who are discouraging us in this life.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you keep telling people about your vision and they keep discouraging you, it's kind of a stumbling block to you. So you better shut up.
You better shut up and then
Wow.
just cut the person
I'm
off.
learning
So
lessons here. I
so
hope
I
you are
just-
learning too, my guys. Hey,
that's why I
this
always
is a
say.
powerhouse. Hey,
That's why
from grieving to giving herself motivation for masters. That was so very fast.
Yeah. So that's why I always say that it's I like saying it in German. Ich bin immer mich.
Hey, you
Ich
are
bin
you.
immer mich.
Let me
Ich
translate.
kann nicht.
Like, she is always her.
Yeah.
And she cannot be anything
Anybody,
else.
ich kann nie andere Person sein. Ich bin immer mich und das ist mich.
Hey, what? You are going back to the masters to do your masters. How did you find it?
Oh, it wasn't easy because I had to leave the boy. The boy was about 2 years, so I had to go to my sister. I had to go to my sister's husband's place, and then I asked the husband. I begged the husband, and the husband agreed that my sister would come to stay with the kids. Then I'll go and then come back, and then so I had to leave the children because I wanted to go to school. I wanted to further my education. I didn't want anything to stop me from going, and I actually wanted to make my late husband proud because he started the journey with me. He went and bought the forms and told me, and I said no, I'm going to make him proud, and I am actually going to further my education. I'm not going to let anything bring me down. I won't let anything break my legs. I will move. I will do it, and I could become somebody who would inspire others. So I had some savings. I went and took part of it, and then I took loan and paid my fees, and I bought enough food for them. I bought everything for the children, and then I left for school. And then my sister was taking care of them. And then I was in school. The little money I would take, I would send back to the house. So I was virtually not eating. So before I came home, I would be looking very slim. And by that time I'll be looking so slim. And so that was what I was doing. I brought my sister to take care of them because I actually wanted to move.
And now, after 2 years, Felicia, you are graduating with your master's. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think of getting married? How did it come? How are you thinking to proceed forward to your children now that you have been everything has been taken away from you, but here you have your masters? Now, would you mind telling us your journey from your after finishing your masters to your next level of education and life within that particular span?
Yeah, and even as I told you, at every level of my education, I think of another moving forward, and I think of what I want to do. I change my plans. So when I said I want to become a lecturer. So that was something that was actually pushing me, and then I actually got married because I met this man when at the school I was teaching, and then we were just free, and the children loved him so much. The children were, especially the last born, when he thought that was his father because we were free. So he thought he was his father. Anytime, even midnight, this boy could get up and start to cry, looking for that man. I said, you think that's my husband or what? But there was actually nothing between us.
So this child is clinging you, a new sweeter. Hey,
Yeah,
that
so-
boy is good. Long live that boy. You made sure you are no longer single. You are not behaving. He had to behave.
Yeah. Actually, I said I wasn't going to get married, and then I was even telling him that I don't want to get married because if I get married, I'll be hurt. The way this man loved me, if I happen to get married, I'll get broken heart, and I don't want to get a broken heart. I don't want to get married because no man can treat me the way this man was treating me. So I'm not going to get married. That was my mind. So even anytime we were sitting down talking, I was just saying all those things that I don't want to get married. So, but then the children loved him so much, and it came to a time his daughter ran to me.
Wow.
His daughter ran to me because he developed the laugh. He developed the laugh first, and then so he he tried to stay away because I was calling him my brother, he was calling me his sister. So how can you marry your sister?
Hey.
So when the love
Hey,
developed,
wait. You hear outside there. When you see colleagues calling each other brother and a sister, hey, there's fire on the mountain, no. Now, mommy, you're talking about his daughter running to you. Did your second lover have like a family?
yeah, he also had children. Yeah, but he and the wife were no more.
Okay.
Even though after some time the woman passed away. Yeah, so it was when the man ran away from me, the girl was no longer coming to me, because the girl is at the same age with is of the same age with my daughter. And so they were born the same month. Even the day before yesterday was my daughter's birthday, and she was on the 6th. Her birthday was on the 6th. So they were born in the same month, and so because she wasn't seeing that, so she ran to me, and she was staying with me. So the girl was with me. So the father was forced to come to me.
Fast forward, my dear, you get married.
So yeah, we got married, and then I started pursuing this PhD. When I was even doing my master's, I started looking for scholarships to go and do PhD, because when I wanted to apply to lecture in the university, I was told that I cannot lecture with that. And so I wasn't sleeping. I even made contacts at my my university where I did my undergrad to find out whether I could be enrolled to do PhD or something. Then I was also applying. I actually applied for scholarship in UK, but I didn't get. A friend of mine was applying for masters, and she informed me about KD. I didn't know about KD, so she informed me about KD, and then I said, okay, let me give it a try. Then I tried KAD, and then and then I am here today.
Wow.
And actually have I say, if you want motivational speaker, just call me.
She's the self-proclaimed or self-confessed motivational speaker.
Yeah,
and guys, I'm seated here and I'm looking at you get widowed as an undergraduate. Everything is taken away from you, but you still give yourself the energy. You do your masters, then you do your PhD. You even get a new lover, and you have not told us, mommy, how was the reception in your new family? Because this is a man who had a wife, and the wife is also deceased, and you are also coming as an individual who the husband is deceased. How was the bond? How are you able to bond? How do you handle these two families together to brand? How do you do that?
Yeah, we the family accepted me, and yeah, and the children are they call me mommy. I take care of them. I don't discriminate. I don't. That you cannot differentiate between my biological child, and my my husband's children. So that is how it is. Whatever I do for this child, I do it for the other. Yeah.
And as a woman, now you have made it all the way from Africa, and you've come to Germany ambitiously because you wanted to become a lecturer. What is this one thing that actually you can tell the young ladies, all women outside there who have lost hope? You see, we have ladies who have been in one way or another been heartbroken, not necessarily losing their husbands. Some have been heartbroken. Some have been in marriages for even 10 years, only to be heartbroken later. The man moves away with everything. There's a man outside there, he's been in a marriage for several years, and then one day the wife moves away with everything, and these people's life actually comes to a standstill. Some even take their lives, some enter into depression. So Felicia, please, now what can you tell a woman or a girl or a man outside there who actually feels like he has lost it all or she has lost it all?
There are always two things that are very, very important in our lives. And if you have those two things, it is going to move you. You can move mountains. And these things are determination and faith in God, determination and prayer. Because if you are determined to do something, your determination will move you to pray. And the prayer will move the hand of God.
Amen.
You should be sincere with yourself. You should be determined. Be sincere with yourself. Don't be planning to maybe to get whatever, to get successful in other to use it on others. Just be praying diligently. You should be determined. And once you are determined, you are going to move mountains. Once you are determined, your determination is going to move you to pray, to have faith in God, to be optimistic, and that can move the hand of God in your life. And as you are asking, I have one thing for ladies. It is not enough to say I cannot do it. Once you say you cannot, you can't.
Wow.
If you already say you cannot, then you have already given out your power.
Wow.
If you say you can't, you have given out your power.
Wow.
Always say you can. And if you say you can really do it. Because me, I have come from I'm from a poor family. I was from a poor family as a girl growing up, as a girl child growing up. I pushed. And I was being betrothed, and I refused and pushed. I went to school. I never had a boyfriend from secondary school, nobody. I was trying my best. I didn't rely on a man. I relied on God and my own strength.
Okay.
Because I would go sell and do whatever, and then to take care of myself. And I have ever been, never say it is too late, never say you cannot do it. Because I have ever been in a poor family whilst educating. I have ever been rejected because I refused to marry a man whilst I was educating myself. I have ever been pregnant as a woman whilst educating myself. In fact, if you ask about UCC, they will tell you if you fail one paper, you can fail one paper and it will send you home. But I was in that university. So I have ever been pregnant. My pregnancy is not easy at all. When I'm pregnant, I am pregnant. It will weigh me down. But that never stopped me. So I have ever been pregnant and I studied. I have ever had a child. I have ever given birth, been in labor, and I educated myself. Or I have ever given birth to a child or been a lactating mother. And I schooled. I have ever been a single mother. I schooled. I have ever been married and I schooled. What is your point?
Actually, the point is,
yeah,
we push.
I have ever been married and I pushed and educated myself. I have ever been a widow and educated myself. I have ever been a single mother and educate myself. So what is your point? What is weighing you down? The only thing you need is determination. Once you are determined, the determination is going to move you to pray, and your prayer will move the hand of God. This is always my point.
Amen. Now, my dear viewers, that is mocking. That is a powerhouse, eh? Now, this woman here is only few weeks to get her title, Dr. Felicia Memnatu Sheni, and it is a pleasure having you, my dear. It is nice that you shared your story with us, and I'm sure that your story actually has reached so many people outside there. You have inspired so many young girls and women and boys and men who feel hopeless. And it is my hope that the next time we invite you to say something on our TV, you will gladly come. Otherwise, dear ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe, like, share this video, and let's all wish Felicia all the best in her Viva examinations.
Amen.
Stay tuned. Let's continue getting it real and raw.